Today's video is how to fix a toxic workplace. Hi, my name is Ian Hopfe and I'm an HR consultant. So this is an overview of the whole process. It's not going to get into the details of how to do it. It's more the general. I will create some videos in the future explaining each step in the process in more detail. So keep an eye out for those. So we're going to start with step 1, which I call investigation. No matter what kind of organization you're in, we need to find out what is wrong. And every organization is different. Not every organization can use a one-size-fits-all remedy for their problems. They have to find out what the problem is. In any organization, there could be one of a million problems. So you need to investigate what the main problems are within your organization. The best way, in my opinion, to find this information is to do an employee engagement survey. If you can do it anonymous and have a third-party organization or consultant do it, that will allow your employees to give honest answers. Because if they know the boss is seeing all their answers, they're not going to answer truthfully. You're not going to get the right results. You're going to get the happy results. You need to shake things up. So you need the truth. You need to know what the real problems are. The next thing, as part of investigations, you need to do a management review survey. Your employees are reviewing your managers and your supervisors and the owners. These are very hard results to go through, because you think as the manager, as the owner, you're thinking you're running a great organization and your team that you've assembled is great. But now you're going to hear the hard truth about how certain managers just aren't cutting it. Step 2, I call the review. In the review process, you want to find out what is currently being done. If you're doing this, you know what's currently being done. But you may want to bring in that outside third-party consultant to review all this so they can see what you're doing with a fresh set of eyes. So you want to review your vision, your mission, and your values, because this is the base, this is the core of your organization. This is why you exist. And you need to make sure that these things trickle down into all your core documents. So you review your strategic plan. This is your 1-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, whatever your strategic plan happens to be. This is directly created from your vision, mission, and values. Everything, you'll see it. It's seeped into that document. Then you want to review your organizational plan. Your organizational plan is the action steps from the strategic plan. The strategic plan says we want to open 5 new locations. The operations plan says we will hire this person and this person to help us open these new places in the process. The next document you want to review is your organizational structure. Your organizational structure is going to be based on your operational plan and your strategic plan. These are the people you have to put in place in order to action all these core documents and core actions. The next thing you want to review is your HR strategy plan. It's similar to a strategic plan, but it's just for HR. We plan to fill this position this year, this position in the middle of the year, and we also need to fill in these other roles within the next few months. You want to specialize it to your organization so that it gets you to them goals based on, all your different plans that you've already brought forward and created. Your HR strategy plan needs to be where the rubber meets the road. Are we getting the right people? You also want to review your HR policy handbook or your employee handbook. You're just making sure you're hitting the proper things. A good policy handbook is maybe 5 to 10 pages long. A bad policy handbook is 20 plus pages long. Basically, the more rules you have, in my opinion, you've got some problems. So it's a direct reflection of the problems you have in your organization. Because every time something comes up, management says, let's make a new rule. And that's not always the best thing to do. And the final thing you want to review in this step 2 review process is the pay grid. Every type of position in your organization should have a pay grid. This is so vital in so many different ways. 1, from just making sure your employees are happy. To 2, your budget is not ruined because you're paying someone too much. Things like that. Now you can have this nice box. You can say, this is our salary. If you apply for this position, candidates will know exactly what they're going for. And when they try to negotiate, they know there's a hard stop. They're not going to try to negotiate higher. And if they do, you can say, sorry, this is our budget. This is really helpful when you're negotiating. So step 3 in the process to fix your toxic work environment or workplace is the analysis and planning stage. Now, you take all that you've learned from steps 1 and 2, the investigation and the review process, and you're creating a plan. Find the top 3 most recurring issues from your investigation. What are the things that are going to create the most impact in your organization if you can correct them? The plan is to address these issues in the next 3 to 6 months. So it really doesn't have to be that quick. You don't have to solve these problems tomorrow or next week, but 3 to 6 months you need to be working on it. I recommend this time frame because you might have to go back to your employees and meet with them and ask, how do we solve this problem? Because we don't know what your problem is at this point, and I can't recommend to you to say, do this right now, because I have not investigated your organization. So now you're going through this process. Now that you've analyzed it and created a plan, now you start fixing things. Step 4, final step, follow up and repeat. This is after the 6 months or 3 to 6 months when you think you've solved everything. Now you want to find out what's changed. So you're basically going through this process again. You want another employee engagement survey. You want another management review survey. You want to go in and check, what did you change, or did you change anything with all the different documents that you reviewed? Did you change stuff? And then you want to create a plan to address the next 3 issues. Hopefully, they're 3 completely different issues. And now you just continue this process forever to prevent issues. You have to keep doing this, or your organizational problems will continue to grow or get worse. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like or subscribe. And if you got follow-up questions, comment below and I'll try to answer them. Thanks. Have a great day.